Stefon Diggs, he's been balling on the field, and he was at the podium today, had some interesting stuff to say about his current teammates, their relationships, as well as something that Cole Beasley said about him right here on this show. Let's go inside the locker room. Let's hear from Stefon Diggs, one of the stars of camp so far.
Landlocked, got the game in the headlock, localized every time, can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, we top 2 and we not too, plugged in daily digital on YouTube. We got taste for days, opinions to give, we got takeaways.
All right, let's get something and make something very clear when it comes to Stefon Diggs with the Houston Texans. And this has been something that I've tried to hammer home ever since they made the trade. The cost of trading for Stefon Diggs was trading back 19 spots. They used the second-round pick they got to acquire Diggs. It was basically a three-way trade. So it's pretty low risk, high reward for what they traded for Stefon Diggs. And if what we've seen in camp, and I've been at every practice, is any indication, I expect Stefon Diggs to ball out. I expect him and CJ Stroud to make a lot of plays. And if I were betting, I'd bet on him to be wide receiver 1. That's just me. That's just early. A lot can change. Sports are fluid. As good as he's been on the field, though, the display at the podium has been great as well. We've heard from Stefon Diggs twice now. This was the first time at camp, and I just think maybe he's on his best behavior, because apparently in Buffalo, you never heard it till recently, but apparently he was just some sort of pain. Haven't seen it here. He's been the ultimate professional. The team seems to gravitate toward him. He seems to enjoy practicing. And all I have to go off of is what I've seen with my eyes, what I've really seen on the field the last half decade, and what his former teammates have told me. And I haven't heard anything bad about Stefon Diggs. And the more you listen to him, the more you may like him as well. He's been one of the stars of camp. Let's hear from the man himself. It is the Locker Room, #1 source for Texans digital content. Be sure to subscribe, like, right along. Got you covered. All kinds of content coming down. The king of the digital game, the king of localizing, king of local radio too, if we're being completely honest. Here was Stefon Diggs at the podium. Let's react to what the Texans wide receiver had to say.
Calling mosquitoes.
Talking about how you've been giving them a lot of free game. They really like the advice. Tank was talking about that. How much do you like to
Aaron Wilson saying free game? I see you, A-Dub.
pay it forward and just help people pass on some of your knowledge?
Seeing that I got some experience, I think it's just like it's the right thing to do, of course. Got a lot of young guys on this team, a lot of hungry, humble guys. Just not just Tank. Oh, damn, excuse me, I just got to practice. I'm a little tired, but not just Tank. Nico, he just got paid and he's still seeking knowledge, still wanting to get better. But I'm just big on everybody kind of falling on the same sword. Like me being accountable firsthand. I'm not going to be perfect, but let's not ever coach effort. You know what I'm saying? And then technique. So I mean, it's just I feel like it's the right thing to do. Not just where I'm at in my career, but just how I've been for a long time. I've always, led from the front. You know what I'm saying? Front line always, as young men say, we were on the front line. So yeah.
When did you first come to that mindset that you wanted something like this? Has it always been? I know you.
This is an awesome answer here.
Yeah, it's my whole life.
This is an awesome answer here from Diggs.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess kind of like around 14, like when my dad passed away, you kind of learned a lot of sacrifices going in, a lot of mentorship even from your younger brothers, kind of being the man of the house. But as I grew as a young adult until now, just that's always been one of the focus of mine. Bringing as many people with me. No matter how much success you have, always try to bring as many people with you. And you won't dim your light at all, shedding light on anybody else. Especially with these, they're real special. So out here just grinding and competing at a high level is one of my main focuses.
How would you describe you and CJ's connection? You guys obviously spent some time after practice working on little things. How has that relationship kind of grown since camp started?
It's a work in progress. I'm not going to say everything is perfect, but you see us kind of getting on the same page here and there. And, nothing's going to be perfect. I starve for it, we grind for it, but getting on the same page, play after play, and that communication, that open line of communication, I feel like that's going to really separate it. Seeing that we have such a small period of time, but this isn't my first rodeo, and I'm not by no means, can I get that towel? I'm by no means reinventing the wheel. This is the same football we've been playing since we were 5, and 7 is special. I think everybody kind of knows that. I must reiterate it, though, because I see it firsthand, you know what I'm saying, and taking it play after play and building. So it's a work in progress, just to answer your question.
Steph, you kind of talked about bringing people along with you. One of the guys is you've gotten conversations after practice with Derek Stingley, Kamari Lassiter. Yeah. Just what does it mean to be
a few words
going up against those two young cornerbacks, but also why is it important to build on that relationship on the defensive side?
Those are people I'm going to see every day, competing at a high level. I actually think Sting is, and I won't even, shake when I say that. I think he's one of the best DBs in the league, you know what I'm saying, especially from talent level. And he's fast, he can run, he can break, and he compete at a high level throughout his career. So for me, just going in each and every day with a mindset of getting them better, like not only competing one-on-one. Yeah, I wanna do you in the worst way, but it's out of love, you know what I'm saying? And even the young Lassiter is awesome. As they say, bringing in a guy that's ready. He could be ready, you know what I'm saying? He might even be ready right now. He's a guy that's, takes it day by day, technique, sound, seeking knowledge, and want to compete at a high level, and he ain't running from it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about junk to him a little bit, just to kind of get him going, and he's right there. He's standing 10 toes down. So something that you like to see in young players is that confidence. So just to see those guys day in and day out, not even just them, just all the DBs. I had a conversation with them like day 1 and day 2 that like anything y'all need from me, come holler at me. Just like you said, like I've been this way, you know what I'm saying? As far as like this isn't nothing new to me, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people see me for the first time, but I'm trying to get better. I want to be better. I want to be the best me, but I'm bringing as many people as I can with me. Like those young kids are special. Like, this young team kind of see a lot of potential in, but it kind of starts just in practice.
Have you been able to build a relationship with Gerard Johnson yet? And if so, how's that? What's his style like?
Not too much. Not yet.
This is the right after this is going to be my question about Beasley.
Yeah, but it's coming soon though.
You and
it's a big team.
Yeah. You and Cole Beasley were both All-Pro in 2020.
My dog.
I talked to him. He said that y'all had like a healthy competitiveness, and both were kind of happy for each other when you did well. But he said y'all talk smack back and forth, just healthy competitiveness. Are you you think you anticipate having that with these guys too?
No, I do this now. Like right now, it's practice, so it's not many balls going around. But when they are in the air, and it's a healthy competition of I'm open, but who's more open? You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of me and Bees used to do. Like we were big on separation. Like I got separation, like he got separation, but who's more open? That's who should get the ball. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like a healthy competition, and I think part of being a player that's gotten to this point, it's a healthy paranoia of always wanting to be better. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like that guy on your shoulder saying you're not good enough. You know what I'm saying? So for me, pushing those guys around me is like I'm open. You get open. You know what I'm saying? It's healthy though. You know what I'm saying? I find it like positive reinforcement, positive encouragement, positive words. I speak it over myself and I speak it over those around me. But you know what I'm saying? I do talk my shit. Excuse me.
On team, you have to build relationships. I know this on the field, you dance with Tank, got the handshakes. What is some of what is it like building some of that relationship off the field with the guys?
You just get to know them, like knowing a guy on a personal level, spending time with him. The more time you spend with somebody, the more appreciation you have for them. Like you kind of know a little bit about them, their personality, what pushes them a little bit. Like I know you bring up Tank, but I can see that Sting is like not necessarily nonchalant, but he's a ball player. He ain't on the extra. He don't do too much celebrating. But I had a conversation with him like, I'm gonna poke at you a little bit because you could tell that, you know what I'm saying, he's had that in him his whole life. He's a dog 100%, but poking at him a little bit, being like, all right now, come on, you're gonna have to give me a little something. So just building that and getting to know the guys. I mean, it makes for a team camaraderie, as my coaches would say when I was young, and getting to know somebody. You want to play with people that you know. You know what I'm saying? And I can't go out there and give you blood, sweat, and tears. I don't know your middle name, so don't quote me, but I'm still learning middle names.
Have you gotten to know Houston better? Does it feel like
Yeah. I played in 2 extremely cold places. I imagine being here, this is what hell kind of feels like. You know what I'm saying? but I ain't complaining. I swear, the food's amazing. I've been trying to eat healthy, but I have a couple cheat days. I won't shout out any restaurants yet, but getting out there and seeing the people, that Southern hospitality is real, and just, the city is a lot of love. So I'm getting to know it a little bit. Highway's still getting tricky, so.
Last one, sorry. Hey, I apologize if you've been asked this already. I got here kind of late. What type of relationship have you developed with wide receivers coach Ben McDaniels? How much has he helped you get acclimated to this offense?
Great. I spent a lot of time with him. I kind of approach it. I've been here for 10, but I feel like a rookie. Like for me, like just going in the meeting room, getting that extra time, out here it's not going to be perfect, but I'm a damn sure put the time in when I step outside the line just to be mentally sharp, just so I can play fast. Like, I want to hit the ground running when I come out here, and I want to play with a lot of confidence. You play with confidence by knowing what you got, alignment, assignment, and, you know, just trying to ball. Like, for me, I try not to make football more than what it is, but those people are real key in your success, especially my position coach. You know, he'll know how to push you, too. I told him, like I said earlier, falling on the same sword as everybody else. Even though they've been here, they might got a little bit more knowledge, but coach me how you would coach them. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little older. I could take it. You know what I'm saying? You might can cuss at me a couple times. So I said, just coach me hard, and I'll meet you on the back end. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. Stefon Diggs, elite at the podium. He's been elite on the field. Pads are going to be on, and we're going to get a more of a look of what's going on with Stefon Diggs. But he's been he's been the ultimate professional, whether it's the effort, whether it's the mentorship, whether it's just the overall performance. He's been as good as you could have asked. Now, it is early, but if I were betting and I were wagering who would be the #1 receiver on the Texans, I think they traded for him recently. Subscribe, like, ride along. It is The Locker Room, #1 source for Texans digital content. Follow along with Cody Stutes as well. We got you covered. And always remember, when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it together. Shout out to Stefon Diggs. Shout out to everyone for coming through. It's going to be a fun season. No matter what, and no matter what happens, we're all in it together.
If it's up, then it's up. We #1. You don't need to try your luck. Locker room, yeah, we in the locker room. Texas talk, yeah, you know what we about to do. Localize, every angle's what we really do.